Hey guys, Jordan here, and in this video I'm going to be answering one of your questions, so let's get into it. Alright, so if you're new to my channel, I talk about real estate photography, so if that's something you're interested in, make sure to subscribe. Today's question comes from Brian Ryu. Thank you so much for your question. He commented on a video I made. New real estate photographers, ask your questions. If you haven't seen that video, the link will be in the description below. But he says, how long did it take you to grow to a full-time solo shooter? It didn't take me very long at all, just because that's all I did. So I'll tell you a little bit about, if you don't know my story, I was a branch manager at a bank. I left to buy properties for a hedge fund. That opportunity dried up relatively quickly, I would say within 4 to 6 months of leaving. So then I had nothing either. I had to pack up my bags and go back to corporate America, which I really didn't want to do, and I had to figure something else out. I wasn't a prior photographer. So then I basically saw an opportunity where there weren't too many options out in the marketplace for real estate photographers where I lived. And so I taught myself and I just started doing it. Now, I will say, yeah, I was available full-time, but when I first started, I was also a licensed real estate agent, so I would pursue listings as well. My main thing would be to shoot properties for customers, and I started with friends at the brokerage, and then I sent emails and tried to network with a lot of people and made contacts, and you know, all those things you do when you're new to get out in the marketplace to let people know who you are. But yeah, you have to, you know, I knew in the back of my mind that I needed to have a good bulk of customers to be able to sustain my family, because my wife didn't work, and I think at the time I had 3 kids, have 4 now, and it's been almost 9 years since I started my business. Yeah, that's pretty much how it's, so full-time. I think, you know, full-time in the sense that I stopped doing real estate deals. I stopped doing that. I would say that was probably 4 or 5 months where I didn't need any supplemental activities to try to bridge the gap to bring in money so that, you know, we could pay our bills and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, it just takes hard work, dedication, and, you know, all that stuff. And I think people talk about it, but many people don't necessarily understand that the dedication they have to put to get something off of the ground, right? You have to be 100% dedicated, no vacations for several years, and you know, at the end of the day, it was worth it for me because I got I had the flexibility, you know, all the things that I valued most in my life, which is like a flexible schedule, being able to attend my kids' events, being there for my kids. Those are the things that value most. Yeah, we've had success over the years, and that is good, you know, but that's not necessarily why I do what I do, right? You know, I think for me, an enjoyable life is one that I can control what I do when I do it, and it's much better than having to be at an office 9 to 5, hating every minute of it. And that's why I definitely decided not to go back to corporate America and bet on myself. But I will have to say that was probably one of the hardest decisions I ever made, was to leave corporate America, because you're so used to that constant, consistent paycheck that you get all the time, and then just to leave that behind. Wow, that was one of the hardest decisions I've ever made, honestly. But I'm glad I did it at the end of the day, because I bet on myself. I knew I was willing to do whatever it takes to be successful. So anyways, that's it for this video. If you got value, hit the like button and comment below if you have any additional questions, and we'll see you guys on the next one.